welcome to my channel. My name is Carrie. I go by Cypress online. It is my dream to be an entertainer. So if you are at all entertained by this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I say that, and then I haven't been on, let's see, what was it, like February, March? I guess it was March. And I was like, maybe I can come back in May, and that did not happen. I know there's a glare on my thing here, so I am in a different setup, obviously. And that kind of like leads me into the whole point of this. So why am I here now? I really, really miss making YouTube videos, even though they were stupid and not necessarily as artistic as I would like. I still really enjoy just the creation of it. And I think I'm at the point where I am ready to make it more of a regular hobby. So not push it to be anything beyond something fun to do. And it's hard because back in the day when you had these big, what are those called? Those video cameras. My sister Fel Harbor and I created the what would now be known as a video for YouTube or even TikTok, like these silly skits, and we just recorded ourselves being weird at a very young age, before like anything. All right, this is like back in the 90s, right? So in the 1900s, as people say. So we were doing it for ourselves, and it was just fun, and that kind of went through, I'm a cosplayer, and that kind of mentality of just playing dress up and make believe kind of just like went along with it. So when YouTube first came out, I started technically in 2008, but and so everything started in, like, was it 2005 or something like that, 2004, at least Facebook. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is not a history lesson. So I was in with like the OG YouTubers, but obviously I didn't take off. I didn't post regularly like I have been doing lately, but I enjoy what I put out more, I think, looking back, where I didn't realize that social media had such a presence, right? Like, and I'm not to say like, oh, well, influencer, that sort of thing, but just like people who apply to a normal job have people in HR looking at their social media accounts. Back when I was specifically marketing manager, a lot of places did say you have to have a social following for us to use you, which to some extent it makes sense. If you can't market yourself, how are you going to market a different company? I will say, having gone that route and have been a self-employed, freelance artist, marketing yourself is completely different than marketing a brand with a whole team of this is what you should say and this is how you should say it, and also have the backing, the financial stuff, because just because you're a great marketer doesn't mean that you have the capacity financially to do what you need to do. So there's a little stuff in that. I don't necessarily think that your social presence should really relate to most of what you do, but that's a different conversation. So when I started really trying back in like 2021, was it 2021? I think something like that. When I went full time as a voiceover artist, and I was auditioning but not getting full-time work, so I started doing YouTube full-time. I was very cognizant that I am trying to build an audience and I am trying to get a following so that I can build a career as an entertainer. Because at the end of the day, I do just want to entertain. I want to be a storyteller. And it's not about the money, but doing something that is so time consuming and doesn't give you a payout in that way, or even, selfishly, you want to know that you're entertaining somebody. A stand-up comedian doing it to a blank room, or like me, we've got two dogs over here, like it's a different vibe than knowing you're being received by somebody. And so, but that also then puts that weird weird sense to your head. Like, I am so worried, not necessarily of being like canceled, because again, I don't think I live my way and I speak my truth in a way that is oppressing others or offending others. Clearly, I have opinions that I know would not be widely accepted just because I'm religious and it is a big part of my life. But I try not to let that kind of go into the content that I put out. I want to apply to a broad scope of people, but at the same time, then I feel like I am censoring who I am. And again, that doesn't mean like I'm not talking about anything, like political or anything big like that. I'm talking, I don't want to put crap out there. And that's not me. Like, I am such a cliche. I'm such a nerd. I make cringy shit all the time. Like, look, this is my attempt at like good decor. Like, I love the creative lifestyle, but I am not a creative person. I'm not an interior decorator. I'd love to be, I'm not successful as a voiceover artist. I do have, I have a gig tonight, so I do still get work, but it's not a full-time thing. And then like that, I'm like, well, I don't know if I could ever do the essay videos that I really want to do. And now like storytime videos is so faux pas now. Like people, the YouTube comes and goes in cycles, right? And so what I think I could do, or what I loved doing, which was like silly craft videos, it's just, I can't, I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm permitted to do that. And that permission doesn't come from, Fel Harbor or Hirojin, who is my fiance. I'm at home, so I don't wear my ring. Sorry, I wear it when I go out. I'm not in normal clothes. Sorry, I could not be arsed very much to do this because I keep putting it off because now it's been so long. So it feels like that. Like they say you never forget how to ride a bike, but if it's been a few years, you're gonna feel a little tentative when you get back on the bike, right? And that's where I am. It's like I want to jump back in and just have fun and just do. It doesn't have to be good, just do it. But I am so worried about so many different aspects of it, of will it look bad, or like that, will it play badly on me? Like, sure, I don't care if it's a silly video, but will someone see that and be like, oh, you're not representing yourself well anymore? You know what I mean? Like, so at some point it's just, you just got to do what makes you happy, right? Like at the end of the day, if you are satisfied with what you are putting out there, then that's all you need. I have a solid job. It's not what I had envisioned myself doing. And it's got room to grow, but there's also risk involved. Very specifically, the industry that one of our main client is, it's things could not be around in a few years if things go sour, you know what I mean? And I'm trying very hardly to speak vaguely, but where I am, I think I just finished an audiobook that really took up a lot of my time. This little one is no longer little. And right? Yeah, you're like, why are you talking to yourself? Because I never made a video with you in one, right? This is Cammie, and I don't think she'll jump up. She's a good girl, but sometimes she even sits on my lap, but she's this is her back, so she's a big girl, but so we've been downstairs with a puppy all year. I really haven't been upstairs where I usually am, right? Except there she goes. Yes, this is Camilla Noel, and she was born October, was it 23rd, something like that. We got her in December. We were fostering her and her sibling, and then truthfully, no one wanted her, but we also kind of got attached, so we decided to keep her. So she's doing well. She is a boxer mix. She does have some pit bull in her, but she actually is mostly boxer. So that's also cool. And yeah, she likes to still nibble. Not hard. She doesn't bite hard. She sometimes can, but I don't let her. But anyway, yes. So we like to snuggle on the couch a lot, right? Yeah. And so because of that, I've not been able to go and record games upstairs. But as she's maturing and we're, able to give her the responsibility of being unsupervised in a room, which again, she's not completely there, but she's getting there. She's a good girl. So we can. It's hard to record a video and give your attention to something else, right? So in this, it's not as relevant because I am just kind of like talking to a camera. But if I were crafting or in tier 2 works, we play video games, you don't really notice what around you too much. Like I would notice if she yarped in pain, but if she's chewing, my purse, I wouldn't really know because it sounds like she's chewing a toy or something, right? She probably wants attention. She just had a snack. And we went potty and we had a snack. So you just want playtime, huh? But anyway, it's like having an actual toddler. And then, yes, Cecily's over there giving me a death glare because I gave love to a different dog. So that's been fun. But no, it's been a joy. You can't complain, but then there are sacrifices. And so that's also why I was like, let me set up in my office. I actually had to move my office downstairs so that I could help Phil Harbor with Cammie, because it's not fair to put that on her, but we both work from home for the most part. So and then I travel. Like there are some things that I could probably talk about in these videos to some extent of my work. It was just hard getting back to it. So I was like, you know what? I have some time between meetings and Phil Harbor's not here today. She's actually in work in the office. So I was like, okay, so I can sit here and not be like self-conscious. And I could just talk to the camera and just say I do want to come back. There are some short stories / like series that I wanted to do, or like I guess maybe like a mini series, like a 10 episode fiction, and then I had something that I was teasing making it like a screenplay type thing. And again, then I would have to I don't have necessarily the tools to animate. So that's been a difficult thing for me because I have my voice and I do like to tell stories, like writing them as well. But I don't, I used to do doll videos and stuff, and I've tried, it's just not working out here. So it's going to be a different medium. But then I don't know animation. So then I get stopped with that. And so I'm like, well, if I'm not putting out good content, what's the point? Like, if I'm not putting out stories and stuff. But I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that I can still have fun and be entertaining without doing necessarily what I would like to do. And then when I get more comfortable and am able to, then I can put out longer form content, that sort of thing. I do kind of want to do some like essay videos. I think I mentioned that before, but I really love Danny and I was going to call him Greg, Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez. I won't name other people because now everyone's getting problematic, but Jarvis, Scott Kramer. I actually anyway, it's ridiculous. Scott Kramer. I like that kind of content. And then I also like Jenna Marbles, as I had said, craft videos and stuff like that. So I do want to get into my own kind of swing of things. I don't necessarily want to be like a react or a commentary channel, but I am interested in maybe doing weekly news, and I think I'll stay with gaming and pop culture because that will fit more aligned with tier 2 works, and so I'll be able to kind of marry the hobbies, so that in my mind I'm not doing so many different things. And of course, I'll still talk voiceover. I still do voiceover. It's just, one of those things. that I've already talked about. And yeah, so this video is to say that I'm not completely back yet, but I hope to be back soon. I hope to get into a routine and then eventually start having fun with you guys. I do want in the future to live stream. At the moment, I am more so thinking I'll be live streaming gameplay. So tier 2 will be live streamed versus like pre-recorded and cut down. We'll see how that works, because I can see, like, I know like Charlie, Moist Critical or whatever, how he does like live streams looking at stuff, kind of like joining. There are a lot of things, but like I just need to find my stride. I personally watch a lot of true crime stuff, so, and then of course these funny things. So it's hard to then be like, oh, well, just model yourself after what you watch mostly. It's kind of hard to do that, because again, it's like writing video essays or talking about tragedies. Sorry, that's Simon. He just likes to stay. He's fine. He's been to the doctor recently. He just does that now. He's an old man. He likes to scream. But anyway, this is long enough. Much ado about nothing, or whatever. Just to say that yes, I'm working on the setup. This was kind of a tester to be in this room. So I have a microphone right now. I don't have any acoustic treatment in this room. I am used to completely silence, in my studio. But the studio is going to be more for obviously like voiceover stuff, because it gets really hot in there. So it's nice to be in a room where I can just like breathe, and the dogs can see me, so it's not a big deal. So I would probably record while, Fel Harbor is upstairs or something, because right now it's a little awkward because our offices are so close. So when she's home, it'll be weird. But I'm still excited to try to get this to work. We'll see. My goal is to post once a week on Cypress. I would love to post more often, but that is my initial goal, is once a week, something. It might not be scripted. It might not be good, but I will post something. And I really wish the audio were better with me driving, because I drive every week on Tuesdays, but I don't know. I'll see if that can work out. We'll see. But yeah. I need to get back into your algorithm, right? So thanks for sticking around. Remember that you are loved, you are worthy, and whatever you are struggling with today will pass. Until next time, stay crazy.